video and all other videos on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. The content of this video and all other videos on this channel are the opinions of the creator only and do not constitute legal, trading, investment, or financial advice of any kind. Investing carries a high level of risk and the majority of retail clients lose money. Do not invest any capital unless you understand the risks and you are prepared to lose it all.
What you learn from history is the market goes down. It goes down a lot. The math is simple. There's been 93 years a century. This is easy to do. The market's had 50 declines of 10% or more. So 50 declines in 93 years. About once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. We call that a correction. That means, that's a euphemism for losing a lot of money rapidly, but we call it a correction. And so 50 declines in 93 years, about once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. Of those 50 declines, 15 have been 25% or more. That's known as a bear market. We've had 15 declines in 93 years. So every 6 years, the market's going to have a 25% decline. That's all you need to know. You need to know the market's going to go down sometime. If you're not ready for that, you shouldn't own stocks.
Right, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy, Camel. And the only thing that changes faster than the sentiment in the crypto space is apparently the sentiment of me. So I went from the GOAT to rug puller in just a couple of days, right? 2 days ago, everyone was touting me as the GOAT. And now 2 days later, apparently everyone is rather upset with me. So I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty disappointed. I think a lot of people showed their true colors yesterday. As I was saying last week, right, I'm not the GOAT. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. And more importantly, in this game, if you get something wrong, people taunt you with it for months, but you get something right and suddenly you're the GOAT. Okay, but remember, I get very tired of both, as I've been consistently saying. Even in yesterday's video, I was kind of talking about not jumping up and down and celebrating. Okay, we're just trading a system, and that system has an expected amounts of wins and losses. If you take one of these seriously, okay, the other will go to your head. My job is to stay neutral here and try to focus on hitting the lows. As I said, a lot of you were pretty disappointing yesterday. I think a lot of you showed your true colors, and therefore, we've got to kind of put all the cards on the table today. I'm going to show you everything that's been going on in the background. Some of this was not supposed to be revealed for a while, but I think it's important here to spend some time making it really clear what this channel offers, what it doesn't offer, and then you get to decide, okay? This is not a hostage situation. You get to decide whether you want to pay for a service or whether you want to just continue to watch the free content. And if none of that suits you at all, then by all means leave, okay? Again, nobody is forcing you to be here. So whilst, yes, some of the confusion yesterday was probably my fault, any content that's going to be put on Slice will be unique and exclusive to Slice. People were very quick to come out yesterday and start being very, very accusatory, okay? People were saying things like I'm rug pulling my members. People were accusing me of diluting the member service or trying to extort money out of them, okay? And the reality is, if that's what you think of me, then I really don't know why you're here in the first place. If you think I would do that to you, or you think that little of me, then again, I don't really know why you're here, to be completely honest with you. If you look at my past history and behavior, I've never done anything that signifies that was my intention. And you didn't even give me a day to kind of answer the comments. You just went straight to accusations yesterday. You didn't even give it a moment to see what content shows up on Slice and compare it to the level 3 members section. Everyone just started throwing their toys out of the pram and bad-mouthing me and making all these accusations. So what I want to do now is run through everything, make everything clear. I'm going to show you all the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes, and then of course we'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll squeeze some alpha in as always, okay? But first things first, there is no changes to the YouTube channel. None whatsoever. There will still be 6 free videos per week. The quality will not decline. I will continue to do the same content. If you are a free YouTube viewer, if you just watch the channel and you don't want to pay for anything, again, nobody is forcing you to pay for anything here. There will still continue to be 6 free videos a week. I know a lot of you were somewhat concerned because you live in countries like Argentina or Brazil where the currency is relatively very weak and therefore spending any kind of money in dollars is totally out of the question for you. I hear you, I understand, and again, to reiterate, there is going to be no changes to the main YouTube channel. There will still be 6 free videos a week. Of course, I reserve the right to skip one every once in a while if a family emergency comes up or if I'm sick. But generally speaking, I've been extremely consistent and I have no intention of changing that, okay? So, number 1, you don't have to pay for anything. You can continue to watch free content. No changes there. Number 2, if you are a member, levels 1 or 2, then that means I will read and respond to your comments. On this channel, we filter the comments by members. But I want to pause here and remind you, I asked you guys if that was okay. You guys were the ones that suggested I do that. I came on here and I made a video and I said, guys, it feels wrong to paywall comments. It feels wrong that you've supported me and the channel has grown and the community's built and now I'm going to charge you £2 a month to read the comments, but I just don't know what else to do. And unanimously, you guys said, Camel, we love you, lock it off to members, just keep posting free videos. Unanimously. you all said that you supported that decision. And that's why we moved to members only comments, which has made it much more manageable for me, much more engaging. For the level 3 members, there is no changes to the level 3 membership. I had no intention of changing anything. You know what you get, and you'll continue to get all of it. All of these people that came out yesterday accusing me of diluting you or trying to extort more money out of you. I mean, if that's what you think, why are you here? This is kind of crazy. The gaslighting yesterday was intense. I have absolutely no intention of that. And fair enough, if I said something yesterday and shown you around the platform slice and you thought for some reason that was going to be dilutive, you could have just asked. You could have at least waited to see. You could have given me half a chance instead of just try to immediately burn me at the stake. So again, if you're happy with level 3, if you're happy with that service, you can stay. You don't need to buy any other products or services. And if you're not happy, again, it's not a hostage situation. You can cancel and leave at any time. I also think it's important to point out, again, objectively speaking, I never wanted a members section. That again was you guys. You guys asked me for a member section. You were hounding me all the time. Can I have a Patreon, Camel? Can you do a Patreon? Can you do a Patreon? Can you do this? Can you do premium content? And I kept saying, no, until one day you guys said, you don't have to do it through Patreon, Camel, just turn it on in the member section in YouTube. And so that's why we have a member section in the first place, because you guys requested it. Don't get me wrong, I'm extremely proud of what we've built there. You know, there's plenty of people in there that have done extremely well for themselves, which makes all the time and additional stress commitment from me totally worth it. But remember, again, okay, this is not me shilling a membership, okay? This is community requested, and I provided the service. Now, in addition, behind the scenes, we've been working on other things. The first thing we've been working on is an indicator. And if I turn my cycles off and turn this on, you will see this thing automatically picks all the lows for you, okay? Dailies and weekly cycle lows, it will pick them all. And I think this is extremely useful and valuable to people that lie at the extremes of the bell curve. If you are brand new to cycles and you sit here, I think this is extremely valuable. You have an option. You can either learn the cycle theory, you can spend the time understanding the counts, understanding how to apply them, and going back and marking the lows on all of your charts. Or you can grab an indicator that will do it for you. I think that's extremely valuable to some people. Now note how I said some people. If you don't want the indicator, again, you don't need it. You can turn this thing off and you can count the lows manually. It's entirely up to you. But don't get it twisted, there are plenty of people that would much rather add an indicator on the chart and have the indicator do the heavy lifting for them. And when I said about the bell curve, right, the other people I think this is the most valuable to are the highly experienced traders that lie at the other extreme of this bell curve. This thing is extremely good at flagging lows outside of the expected timing windows. This for me is why this tool is so powerful, because I overlay my own cycles and every once in a while it throws one early or late that I otherwise would have missed. This enables me to increase my accuracy. And if the low forms when I expect it to, then it gives me a piece of confluence and confidence to say, oh, I was expecting a low here, the camel indicator also picked one, so I can say, okay, now when this thing confirms and moves up, I can get my long on and I can have even more confidence that that really is the low. And this cycle low right here, this weekly cycle low, came on week 16. It wasn't due until at least week 22. But the fact that this camel indicator knew that this was an early weekly cycle low alerted me to the fact significantly before I would have even been looking for a weekly cycle low. So I personally think this is an extremely powerful and valuable tool. Now let's be clear, if you don't want it or you think it's worthless, this is not a hostage situation. You are more than welcome to not use the indicator. But again, notice this is community requested. You guys asked for this, and this thing took months to build, 10 months. We're now on month 12 building this thing and refining it, and we still haven't released it because I want it to be perfect when it goes out. The members have been beta testing it, and again, we're also bundling this thing with something else that you guys wanted and requested and demanded. You wanted a Discord type server, okay? You wanted a community where you guys could go and interact, and at the moment, this has just got a handful of members in it that are doing things for us, like testing the indicator, like testing strategies, back testing things, making sure there's no bugs on the website. But again, remember, I never wanted any of this. You guys asked for it, and all you have to do is go to one single live stream, and what you'll notice is every other comment in there is when Discord, when community chat, when can we have a hub to come and engage with each other. Well, we're slowly but surely building this thing, okay? That's what we're trying to do here, and this is going to be bundled in with the indicator. We're still doing the final finishing touches and polishing to this, and then it will be ready to go out. This thing is also going to have an AI chatbot that you can use to ask it quick questions like how many days does the S&P cycle low have, and this whole thing is going to have a real life customer support team, so you can actually speak to a real human being being to make sure that you don't get stuck and you don't feel like you're left in the dark. We've also put a whole heap of educational content in here, tutorials on how to use the indicator. There's loads of educational content on cycles. There's meme generators for the community. You know, we've really listened to everything you guys wanted and tried our best to put it all in here. And once again, all of this with no diminishing quality or quantity of work. You still get all of the normal stuff and you don't have to pay for any of it. If you are paying for it, there are no changes to that. And again, if you don't want the indicator, if you don't want access to the educational content, if you don't want access to the community section, you don't have to have it. But it seems kind of unfair that you put me on blast yesterday and accused me of all of these things when I have never done anything to demonstrate that that was remotely my intention. Again, if that's actually how you feel about me, then I suggest you cancel anything you're paying for and I suggest you leave. I don't know why you're here, to be completely honest with you. If you don't want to pay or you're not in a situation to pay for anything, again, you don't have to. There are actionable setups, trades called out ahead of time. Nothing has changed on the main channel. But I honestly think some of you need to have a good hard look in the mirror and think about how you were behaving and acting yesterday. Because frankly, I didn't deserve it. I absolutely did not deserve it. And you absolutely cannot penalise me because people are requesting services and I am providing them for you. You can come on here as a brand new person who is brand new to markets, who is brand new to cycles, and you can have all of your questions answered. You can learn how things work. You can learn how to add the indicator onto your platform. Okay, all of this stuff is designed to make cycle trading available to everyone. But all of this stuff has been designed to level the playing field, to make anyone available to come in here and learn how to use cycles and use them to exploit the market. I have almost nothing to say today, to be completely honest. I think until proven otherwise, we have to interpret this as a bullish retest for Bitcoin. Okay, I don't see any reason to start calling tops here just yet. We went from 78k to 95k in 3 candles. We pull back to 87, I think we're at 83 or 84 right now, and all we get in the comments is, oh my gosh, has it failed, right? In case you don't realize, I'm a swing trader, okay? I don't take a position and then zoom in on the 1 minute candles and watch this thing ping around, okay? I take my position and I go and enjoy my life and I let my stop do the worrying. I literally went for dinner last night with my wife and dog in the pub, and I come back to absolute pandemonium and people saying things like this aged like milk. Well, 2 days ago I was the GOAT. Right, so which is it? Like I said, I'm a swing trader. I do not concern myself with intraday moves. I don't react to the tape on the day. I'm certainly not news driven. Okay, we buy the cycle low, we set the stop below it, and then we sit back and wait to see what happens. Where are we right now? Right around break even, to be fair. Okay, so we'll see. Was this move a bit overdone? Yes. Has it come back now and filled the CME gap to the other side? Yes. In fact, let's look at that. So we had the CME gap down here, which we almost closed but didn't quite. And then we had this gap right here, okay, which since then we've come back and closed. So far, the cycle low is still intact. The indicator thinks this is a legit low. Okay, so do I. So until proven otherwise, I'm going to sit here and say cycles are doing cycle things. It looks to me like we've probably got some kind of Dalai Lama working its way out here, okay? And then off we go. And if that's not the case, maybe this is 2 drives into a cycle low, okay? Maybe just got to come down slightly lower to fill that CME gap for real, and then maybe we can go, okay? Maybe it takes 2 attempts. It doesn't matter, okay? It's a cycle system. I'm trading my system. I'm going to continue to trade my system. As I made it clear the other day, here's my stop loss on this trade, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, okay? But until such time as the market does something, and none of this, by the way, counts as something would either be getting stopped out or it would be ripping up higher. Anything other than that, and the market is doing nothing. Looking at the S&P 500, again, we've got no indicator here. We've got no confirmed weekly cycle low breakdown just yet. So on a balance of probabilities, this move is not quite done yet. We'll probably be able to see a new cycle low show up in the not too distant future. If you don't want the indicator, turn it off and add the cycles manually. Entirely up to you. Again, has anything really changed? No, I don't think so. Gold, is this a cycle low? Maybe. I think on a balance of probabilities, it probably has to flush one final time to the downside to give us that second drive. It does look semi-convincing here, but I've seen this a bunch of times before where what happens now is we make one quick lower low and go, and then we set this trend line here. But I'm keeping an eye on it. The interesting thing, again, shows the power of a tool. The indicator has not decided this is a low yet, so I don't think it is either, to be honest. And the same is true of gold. It does, however, think that that's a legitimate low for Bitcoin. So we'll see, right? We'll see. Anyway, I hope you're doing better than me. I hope you found some value here today. I hope you can be excited about some of these things that you, the community, requested. I hope you can appreciate it. It takes a lot of time, money, and resources to build these things for you. I've said it a million times, but it is true, okay? There are no changes. I have no intention of letting you guys down, and I haven't let you down yet. I'm your boy Camel. Peace.
Camel Finance, he's the man to see. Rocking the markets with his contrarian spree. Trades like a pro, no fear, no shame. Sticking to his guns in his money game. He's a bad Camel Finance got the market's key, taking us normies on a bumpy ride.